thing, okay? And at that moment, I knew my life had changed forever. Hello, how you doing? Yes. Can we all just stand up really quick because we've been sitting for a minute? Can we all stand up, move our legs around? I am Tina, otherwise...
Meet Tina, StarzTina Wilson, a beacon of hope and transformation for women over 40. As a licensed life and health coach, Tina specializes in empowering those who have faced life's toughest challenges.
Here's the edge of their seat. So when someone says, Tina, how did you do? I'm going to say, I had them at the edge of their seat.
Drawing from her personal triumphs over tragedy, Tina guides women on a transformative journey. Her unique approach is grounded in the 5 pillars of transformation: mindset, heart set, nutrition, fitness, and resilience. Tina's mind, body, and soul awakening program isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. Through her online fitness boutique studio, she merges physical well-being with emotional growth. As an international motivational speaker, Tina's voice resonates across continents. She inspires and educates through her podcast, her dynamic presence on platforms like Clubhouse and Toastmasters International, and her compelling storytelling. Celebrating her latest achievement, the publication of her first book, No More Traumedy, Tina continues to leave a lasting mark in the art of transformation.
I said I need to make a book for anyone who's had some type of trauma or tragedy, because there's no playlist. People don't like to talk about it. Remember, I was with my coach and I'm like, well, this person's got a cool thing. They do motivation. They do finances. I talk about traumedies. That's not cute. He's like, Tina, you make traumedies look good.
Yeah. StarzTina Wilson, transforming lives by...
Hey, good morning to you, and also you. Welcome to the 7 a.m. Cup of Motivation. I am StarzTina, your host. And when you come into this space, my friends, you're going to get all the motivation, the inspiration, and the transformation. Now, if you've been rocking with me, you know I've been doing this 7 a.m. Cup of Motivation morning inspiration for about 2, maybe 3 years. Time may change, 8 or 7. At one point, if you can believe this, I was doing this 5 days a week. Yes, my friends, 5 days a week. So today I am so excited because I have so many things I want to share with you. But first, I want to talk about that word motivation. And the reason why I say that, because sometimes people will make you think that motivation is a bad thing. And I'm reading this book and it really touched my heart this morning. Like I had to rewind. Okay, I said rewind. I'm doing Audible, so I was reading. And I had to just keep hitting the back button so I could get the notes, right? And the name of the book, you've probably heard me talk about it. And I actually started reading it again because I was on chapter 3 or 4. I was like, no, I want to start again. So I started again. And I'm in chapter 3 right now. And they're talking about motivation, but motives, right? The name of the book is Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. Let me repeat that. Think and Grow Rich. Hold on. A Black Choice by Dennis Kimbrough. I actually had the opportunity to hear him speak when I went to Lamar and Ronnie Tyler's event. I'm a part of that community, which I absolutely love. Traffic, sales, and profit. If you are looking to start a business, uplift your business, just elevate your business, 6, 7, 8, 9 figures, you want to join this community. Now, if you're watching me on Facebook, hello, Facebook, my LinkedIn crew, my Instagram crew, but lastly, YouTube. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I want to invite you. Why? Because in this YouTube channel, you are able to get events. We had an event this past weekend, Mindset Mastery, and that event is on there. Yes, it's on there because we all want to master our mindset, right? No matter what it is that you want to do in life, whether it's finances, relationships, your fitness, the list goes on and on. But those are the 3 things I focus on. That event is on the YouTube channel. So many events. And I've had the gratefulness, the love to do events with various people. Elevate Your Business is an event that I'm doing, a summit that I'm doing this weekend. And I've done it for the past 1.5 years. So those are on there as well. And this weekend, I have some dynamic speakers coming through with me. We have Reggie, we have Amanda, we have Dr. Amanda, I meant to say Amber, we have Dr. Glenda, we also have Lonzy. It's going to be a fire-studded event, so make sure you just click the link. No matter where you are, I am StarzTina, whether it's Instagram, it's on all my socials, so make sure you sign up, and it's a free event. So as I was mentioning, I would join this community, Traffic Sales and Profit, Lamar Tyler. Woo, I actually had the opportunity to meet him. And that's why it's so important, my friends, to go to in-person events. This year, I had to slow down. I legit had to slow down because I was like on the plane, off the plane, on the plane. I was like, I'm tired of traveling. Now, if it was my own plane, I'd be okay. But we started the year off in January in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina with Christina Howard. She's one of the hosts and curators and founders and all that sort of stuff with Breakfast with Champions. That's an online crew that I rock with. And she had an event and I had the opportunity to speak there. Such a great feeling to share my story. I believe everyone has a story inside of them. I got to share my story. And I also, for the first time, got to do a workout that I created myself. It's called the Mind, Body, and Soul Awakening. And it consists of yoga, meditation, and stretching. Oh, and journaling. Because this is what we need in our life to kind of set us up for success, right? And at this in-person event, I got to see my family, my BWC family. And I also had the opportunity to find some new families, some new tribe members, right? I always say your vibe is your tribe. And you can feel someone's vibration when you're next to them, right? And the thing that I love most, one of the ladies that I met there, her name is Daniela, and she was there with her children, and her husband came and they did my class together, and she's a part of our community. And I believe everyone goes through some type of trauma. And I believe God puts us together for a reason. We meet people for a certain reason, right? It may be for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And a few months ago, maybe 2 months ago, her mother passed away. And that was a traumedy for her. And our community uplifted her. We supported her. And a traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. When that occurs, life changing experiences occur. And that's a life changer. Think about it. I don't know if you've lost your mother, but if you lose your mother, your father, I was horrible when I lost my father. It could be a child, a family member, whatever. So we joined together as a team to unite and uplift her. So that was in January. Very, very great opportunity. And then I had the opportunity to go to Florida, to Tampa, and oh no, before that it was Ramon Ray's event. That's where I got to meet Lamar Tyler. Ramon had an event in New York, Entrepreneurs Conference, and it was amazing. Let me tell you why I love this one so much. The variety of people. It was like a potpourri of excellence. Ooh, you like that, don't you? So this year, my theme is sculpted opulence. And I say sculpted because when I think of sculpted, I think of, I don't want to say the Mona Lisa because that's a picture, but I think of a piece of art in the Louvre. And I had the beautiful honor of doing my first full marathon in Paris. And my daughter and I went to the Louvre. And I had the opportunity to look at these beautiful sculptures. So when I say sculpted, that's what comes to my mind, just the beautiful. And opulence just takes everything to the next level. And that's what Ramon's event did for me. That is where I met Lamar Tyler. And I heard him speak. Oh, Lord of mercy, let me tell you. Motivation, right? And motivation, that's what it did for me. I was like, I like what he's talking about. I like what he's talking about because a lot of people are in that struggle bus or that mentality where it's like, this is how life is. It's not going to change. And I can't deal with that. No. So I joined his community and he had an event. But before I went to his event, I went to Florida for another event, Mary Lynn. And I forgot his name. He spoke there. It was in Florida. It was called Rise Con, another in-person event, right? So important to go to these in-person events. And I had the opportunity of meeting people. And again, more clients. That's where I meet my people. It's like when I'm there in person, I can feel you because, if we vibe, we're good. If not, it's okay. And everyone's not going to get me, right? So that was the Florida event. And then the one, my gosh, it's been a year, guys. So I did Lisa Nichols 8-week program. And I just, again, want to thank every single person that supported me because she had a free 5-day course. And the 5-day course was great. And then she offered us an 8-week program. And I did not have the funds to do this course. And I did my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, who wants to support me? And you supported me. So I want to thank you. Thank you for everyone that supported me. I actually had the opportunity to do her course. My daughter lives in California as well. So guess what? I got to go to California, meet Lisa Nichols in person, stand and deliver. She's doing it again in November. So if you want to speak, if you want to be a great public speaker, an awesome public speaker, if you want to share your story, you definitely want to go to her event. I got to party with her, I got to dance with her, and it was so much fun because she had a theme party. She's like that's such a girly girl, and it was 20s, the old 20s or roaring 20s or whatever. And it was so cool because they were playing the Salt and Pepper song. And she was just dancing, and we were all like, shoot, shoot, bedoop, shoot, bedoop. And we're all singing and dancing. And it felt so good to be surrounded by these women. There were some men there too, but it was the women for me. The women that are just doing the thing, right? And I can't tell you how many years I've been wanting to just see her speak. That's where we talk about visualization, right? That's where we talk about law of attraction. I was like, I want to see her speak. I want to see her speak. Not only did I get to see her speak, I got to work out with her in her workout classes with her and her husband. I got to do her program. I got to meet her in person. It was just life changing. And then a couple weeks ago, I was in Georgia. That was a game changer for me. That was a game changer. That's where this summit came into play. And that's where I got to meet, going back to the beginning, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. He actually opened up the event. And for me, it's that confidence. It's like, it's not cocky. It's like, this is who I am. When you are solid with who you are, when you are solid in your foundation and your core values, it's like, hey, this is how it is, whether you like it or you don't. And not everyone's going to like me. Not everyone's going to get me, right? And it's okay. I love you. It's quite all right. But when he spoke, I was like blown away. And it's crazy because before I go to these events, especially that one, I'm like, okay, everything these people are going to say, I'm sure I've heard it before. It's all the same, right? But I made sure. These cars are getting really close to me, guys. Let me tell you, it's a whole street and these cars are like zooming. That one kind of scared me. But anyway, before I went to the event, I said to myself, okay, Tina, what are you going to get out of this? Because it wasn't free, right? You got to pay for the event. You got to pay for the flight. You got to pay for your room and board, food, it's a lot. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to get out of this? And the wealth of knowledge, the community, the people, right? It was awesome. And I found a new book. And it's crazy how so many books are out in the world that you don't even know about. We all have heard of Think and Grow Rich. We talk about Think and Grow Rich, Think and Grow Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, Think and Grow. Like, I've read it like so many times, it's ridiculous, right? But did you know that there is a Black version, a Black choice? Think and Grow Rich, a Black choice. And anyone can read it. You don't have to be Black to read it. Heck, it might even inspire you even more if you're not Black. Because when you hear what some people had to go through to be successful, you'll be like, whew, I'm being a bit lazy. So that's the book. That's what inspired today's conversation, which is about motivation. And Renee's going to put on the bottom. Thank you for putting that book up there, Renee. And I just want to give my girl, Renee, a great big shout out, right? We're talking about motives and motivations. Renee has been with me for about 3.5 years now. I met her. I'm a fitness professional. If you didn't know, if this is your first time coming through, I am a life and health coach. I actually started that after COVID. So before COVID, everything was like, hey, wonderful, woo, 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 woo. And things changed after COVID, right? I was a fitness professional. I taught everything except for Zumba. I mean, I did I even sub Zumba, I sub Pilates, I even sub a swimming class. And I don't even swim that well, guys. Swim aerobics, whatever. But anyway, my point is, before COVID, I was teaching 20, 25 classes a week. I was here living my best Jersey life. And then everything changed, right? Because that's what happens. My life went from like here to here in an instant, okay? Renee is laughing that I taught a swimming class. Yes, it was pretty funny. But they needed a sub, right? So I came to North Carolina and I started teaching at a spin studio. We love cycle bar. If you have a cycle bar in your area, I haven't even looked. Renee, remind me to look to see if there's a cycle bar around here because I love spin. And I joined the gym a couple weeks ago and they don't have spin classes. You have no idea how much I love spin. But anyway, Renee was in the back of the studio and she's in the back. You can't even see my whole body. Let me see if you can see like my whole body. She was like, just like looked like she was falling off the bike, and it was pretty pitiful, right? And I am that coach. I am that person that's going to take you from good to great to amazing, no matter what you're doing in life. I don't want to do this, guys. Trust me. I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be telling people what is best for them, but God. You see that wonderful man up there? Okay, maybe you can't see him, but he just pours into me every single day. So I have to reach out. So I reached out to her and I'm like, girl, okay, I didn't do it like that. But I said, do you want some support? Because you want to ask someone. You just don't want to tell people what to do. Would you like some help? Long story short, she became my client. She lost like 50 pounds. She loved the community. She has buy-in, right? She feels her motive, and we're going to go through those lists. And maybe she'll come on the screen and share with you what her motives are for working and being a part of this community. But she's the back. If it wasn't for her, I would not be here, guys. I would not be right here. Let me tell you, I'm right here in Florida. She has supported me from North Carolina to Texas to Florida to maybe Oklahoma. Yep, I said it. Maybe Oklahoma? I don't know. I just love transfers in church. Anyway, let's get into today's topic. So today's topic is all about motivation. And I always say motivation lives here, right? We're motivated. We just had class this morning. We did good. Or you're listening to BWC and you feel good. Or you're listening to me and you feel good. And then this is gone and you're all alone. You're in your car, radio's off, and you're like, okay, I don't feel like eating clean. I don't feel like exercising. I don't feel like doing whatever. That's where the inspiration comes, my friends. You have to be inspired from within. Your why has to be so big. Two things about your why. It has to be so big, you can't do it by yourself, right? My why is to shift, to change the world. I can't do it by myself. That's why I have a huge try. And the second reason why, the second thing for your why, it has to be so big, it makes you want to cry. Like if I literally sat here and thought about why I do everything I do, why I even get out of bed in the morning, it would make me cry. But your why has to be huge. So we talked about a little bit of motivation, inspiration. And lastly is the transformation. Your mind will transform. Like I said, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and get the the workshop from this past weekend where I taught you different ways of how to create the mastery of your mindset. So today, I love listening to this section of the book, and it's chapter 3 if you want to get on Audible, and Renee's going to swipe them across the bottom because I remember some of them. But he's saying motive is short for motivation, right? What are your motives? There's nine main reasons why people do things. They're motives. And you have to think, what are your motives? Like for the longest time, I was like, why is this person doing this for me? Why? People have got to get something out of it. So Renee, if you can start scrolling those on the bottom, there's 9 different reasons why people do things. I know one of them is sex. One of them is love. One of them, ooh, I love this girl right here. You see how she's got them scrolling on the bottom? She said love, financial gain. That's very important. That's why we do some things. Fear. When you're scared of something, you're gonna, that's gonna motivate you. Self-preservation. Also, I can't read that one right there, but it's okay. Like I said, it's 9 of them. And you have to figure pain. If something is hurting you bad enough, it's going to motivate you to go. So keep looking at those motives going on the bottom right now. Creativity, freedom. These are things that motivate people to do different things. And you have to realize, well, what motivates you? And as I'm walking this morning, I'm like, okay, what is your motivation? And they said, out of all of these 9, there's 2 of them that are the strongest. Tap in right now. What do you think the 2 strongest motivations are out of this 9? I'm going to see if anyone taps in, if anyone's paying attention. I'm going to talk about it. But if you think about it, you have love, right? And love is so beautiful. I don't know if you know that song by Music Soul Child. Love. So many. Okay, I don't really know the words, but it's a beautiful flipping song. And am I the only one? When you hear a song, it makes you think about a person, place, thing, or situation. I love that. So love is something that's going to motivate you. When you love, I don't know if you guys love like I do, but I love hard. Like I love my God. Like I love hard. And that can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. But for me, I think it's a love thing. And I'm always leading with love. And some people are like, oh, she's fake, she's phony, that's not real. It's true, my friends, right? If you've gone through as much crap, as much ish as I've gone to, you'll understand why I'm so excited, why I'm so motivated is because of the love from God. So we have love, and then we have fear. I don't know if you hear these little things out here. They don't sound like birds. They sound like little monkeys. I don't know. But anyway, fear. Fear will motivate you. Fear of losing, fear of missing out, fear of making money, fear of not making money, fear of getting fat, fear of getting, those are the 2. I don't know if you guys typed it in, but fear and love, those are the 2 strongest motivations out of all of the 9 that I mentioned. So you have to think about that. Renee, if you would like to hop on, just bring yourself into the screen and talk to us about your motives. If not, it's okay. You may not be dressed because, she's our back. Yay, Renee's in the building. Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm doing amazing. We had a wonderful workout this morning. I love starting my day with the workout.
Yay,
It's more about, for me, it's not just the physical fitness, it's about the mindset and getting me ready to start my day.
I love it. I love it. And guys, let me tell you, I did not plan today's show because it was supposed to be a different show, but I was like, it's okay. And Renee's like, it's okay, Tina, you got this. So Renee, we're talking about motives today. And next we're going to be talking about an event and a book that I'm talking about. I'm going to throw it over to you, Renee, to what were your motives when you first started with me? Because it's great. I'm thinking, I was talking to someone the other day and I said, why do you want to work with me on this event? And they said, well, I know you're a great speaker and you could perhaps help me. I love that ish, right? She was just being honest. She didn't say something like, well, I really want to help the children, which is cool, but she was honest, right? If I'm talking to you, it's for a reason. Time is priceless. You can never get it back. I know this is going to sound real cocky and real like, who does she think she is? But if I am in your presence, okay, if I, Tina, StarzTina, if I'm talking to you, if I'm giving you my time, my energy, my effort, you are lucky because I don't give that to just anybody, right? God has gifted me with just a little bit of time. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Go, Renee. What are your motives?
So do you want me to go all the way back to when I started?
Whatever you want, Mama, whatever you want.
Okay. So
like you said, it's the show. It's just whatever.
The show. So the way I heard you telling a little bit, you saw me over there in the corner. I thought,
do me a favor. Let your hair out. Let me see some hair. You look good, you feel good. Let that blonde hair flow. Yeah, shake it out. Give me some in front. Come on, give me some in front. I know I don't have my lip. I literally just, doesn't that feel better?
This is what we do. This is curly hair.
Yes, I love it. Okay. Why are these cars coming so close? I'm going to move over. All right, keep going.
So when I first started with you, I thought that my motivation was purely physical fitness because, I had spent years watching family members make some not so healthy choices that basically resulted in irreversible damage to their physical, their bodies. And I saw that I was on the fast track to becoming that way because I had started putting myself last instead of putting myself first. And so that is how I started with you. As you mentioned earlier, you came over, you offered me some help. I was so touched that somebody cared enough to do that because prior to that, no one had. And so I jumped right in. You said, if you'll listen to me, I guarantee you'll achieve these results. So I was ready. I mean, I remember it was August. We were going to start in September, but I ran out that day and I sent you this picture and I said, look, so we ended up starting in August. But what I didn't realize is once I began, and I remember documenting every day, I was doing these videos every day of my journey. And I realized that it wasn't just the physical fitness, it was the mindset. I thought until then I was happy. And then I realized I started uncovering what we now know is our traumas from all of my past. And once those started coming to the surface and I started addressing them, I discovered what happiness really is, right? And so I know that I am not the only one out there. I'm not so special that I'm the only one out there with traumas. And that is why I'm so passionate about helping with this latest initiative we have is the Trauma No More for Kids, because I believe that if we can address these issues with kids, their trajectory of their lives will be a whole lot different and they won't have to experience all of the things, for example, that I did, because my traumas started when I was 2 years old and continued until I was probably 58 or 60. So that is why I'm so passionate. And plus, I just love your energy and I love you. So.
I love it. So I'm going to tap in on a few things because her motives and motivation has changed over the years. August will be 2, 3, or 4 years. How long?
3.
Okay, so August will be 3 years that we've been together, and her motives have changed over the years, right? Her motive in the beginning was for herself. She wanted to be fit and healthy. And then I remember one day she called me. Now, I don't go out and sharing my biggest trauma, which is the murder of my son, trigger warning if that affected anyone. I don't go out there saying, feel sorry for me because of this, because of that, da 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 da, And she called me and she was like almost crying, hysterical. And I'm looking at the phone like, what's wrong? Did you forget to take your protein shake? Like, did you miss the gym? Like, what is wrong with you, girl? And she's like, I just saw your Instagram. I'm sorry for your son. Because remember, she met me in August. August 4th is my son's birthday. And every year in August, I would do something. And I was actually out of town that time. So we were doing some big event for my son. And she's like, I'm so sorry. And a few months later, she said she felt that my son had came. I'll let you share it, Renee, because I don't want to put words in your mouth.
So I truly feel that way. I'll never forget it. You remember my place in North Carolina, the little part with the gazebo that was in front of the property. I was there and I felt that presence coming over me. It was that day that I called you. And it's just almost undescribable, the feeling. But the feeling that came over me was, I know that it was not accidental. And there was too much detail that just came to me that for it to be, oh, she just read that somewhere and just doesn't remember type thing. So that is, I just felt his presence.
What do you mean just read something? You lost me there.
For example, I felt the whole and then I did go home and look the whole thing about the videos, and then Dan Bowen's the tape room series that you guys won the Emmy about. It was that point when I felt that his presence coming over me. I literally went home and just started, and I still do from time to time, started doing the research. And it was then when I called you.
I love it. Do me a favor, as we're talking, can you put the link for the events? We're having an event September 22nd in Rahway, New Jersey. It's a No More Trauma for Kids. It's a back to school health and wellness expo. Today, if you're just chiming in, we are talking about motives and motivation. And I asked Renee to come through because I asked her what were her motives, to work with me, to be with me, to work in this project. So events are important. Last year was an amazing year for me. And it's so wild to me how you think you're at like the top of, I don't want to say success, but your life, right? The year that I met Renee, I was like, whoa. Everything on my vision board came through except for the divorce, right? I had done my first marathon. I went to Paris, something I had been dreaming about since I was in the 6th grade. I repeat, the 6th grade. I remember it was either 6th or 5th grade. We were in South Carolina, and that was when you had the opportunity to choose what language you want to take. And everyone was taking Spanish. And I was like, no. I'm taking French because one day I'm going to Paris. When I was in college, I didn't have to, but I took French again because I had 3 years in high school and 2 years in college, and my French still not that good. I was going to say sucks. But I'm like, I'm going to Paris. So that particular year, I was like, whoa. So I wrote a book, an ebook, my first ebook, Rituals and Routines to a Wonderful Life, because I felt like everything was wonderful, right? And then last year, it topped that year because I did so many amazing things. And I have to give so much credit to my Breakfast with Champions family. If you want to uplift your life, get on Clubhouse, join Breakfast with Champions. Mary Lynn Wilkins is doing an amazing job. Glenn Lundy is the actual founder, but she, and Ramon took over and then her. But being around these people, you have to, when I say surround yourself, like hook them, and like, I'm here, we're going together, I'm not letting you go. And that's what I did last year. She inspired me to do a podcast. I never thought I'd do a podcast. I never wanted to do a podcast, but because of her, I did a podcast, right? Getting a coach. You have to get a coach. A coach for what, Tina? What are you talking about? Well, what do you want to do with your life? Maybe it's a life coach. Maybe it's a business coach. Maybe it's a speaker coach. So I got a coach. I love speaking. God has gifted me with this talent. My entire life, I've been speaking. When I was younger, I did pageants, fashion shows, all that sort of stuff. And it was speaking, right? But I wanted my story to change the world. I wanted my pain to turn into purpose, my mess to turn into a message so that all my traumaties could change the world. So last year I joined Toastmasters. I won a bunch of contests all the way up to the district level. Amazing, right? Felt so good. And then I wrote a book. I never thought I'd be writing a book, people. Me? What? Wrote a book. A little bit of my story. And the purpose of this book, it's for men, it's for women, on how to push through a trauma. I share the 8 years, what I did. And it's a journey. It doesn't just stop. It's not like I'm healed, I'm healed. No. It's a healing process. And then last year, someone said, well, Tina, children go through traumas too. And I'm like, okay, again, more download from God. You have to just be still sometimes. Be still and breathe and just let what God has for you just come into your body. Just download. My cousin Mel, she tells me all the time. She's like, girl. Okay, she doesn't say that. That's like my inside thing. She says, just be still, right? She's like, journal. By the way, we're coming out with some new journals, by the way. It's something new. We're coming out with journals because all I keep hearing is journal. And she's like, be still. August 4th will be the first. I don't really know what I'm doing yet. I told my mom yet I might go to Texas because I miss my niece. But this will be the first year where I'll be by myself for his birthday, right? And she's like, just do it. And it's just crazy. Stop, Tina, stop. Like I said, it's a challenge every single day. My brain just kind of went into mode like, yo, mom, remember me. We're talking about motives. My motive for this event is to change the world. So I'm writing this second book. Renee is assisting me with all the edits and all that great stuff. It'll be out September 22nd. It's called Traumedy No More for Kids. You click the link on the bottom. You can pre-order it. Not only can you pre-order it, but then you can come to the event. Not only can you come to the event, but you can have this program in a organization, in a program, in a school near you. So I told you I'm a transformational speaker. What is that? You have a motivational speaker that motivates you. You have an inspirational speaker that's going to inspire you. But because of Lisa Nichols, I am a transformational speaker. I will transform your lives by when I speak. So last year or beginning of this year, I told the school, I just wanted to speak to the kids. I wanted to give them assembly. Because when I was a kid, I used to love going to assemblies. Renee, did you like going to assemblies as a kid?
Assembly hall. That's what we called it. Assembly hall.
Oh, really? I don't know. I didn't care what it was. And I went to Arts High School. This is a performing arts school in Newark. So I loved our assemblies. We had Tisha Campbell come through there. We had Alvin Ailey. It was like a party. I was like, hey, let's leave class. But anyway, I was just excited to speak. I spoke. Another school wanted me to come. And then I was like, okay, God, just started downloading. So then Renee and I together, we put together what I do for adults. And we just kind of transformed it for children. That's where this book came to play. So now I have a program for children. It's Traumedy No More for Kids, and it was an amazing program. That's what inspired this event. And it's in other school systems, right? We're in the Rahway system. We're in Jersey City. I'm here in Florida. Renee, please stay on top of me to contact some schools here so I can be in this school system here. So if you have an organization and you want this program, let me know. I feel, oh my gosh, we're at 33 minutes already. Time flies. If Renee, it looks like you want to say something, go for it.
I just want to put a challenge. I know we're guarded about when we use the word challenge, but this is a good use of the word, a challenge out there for every day from now until September 22nd, since Molly will be 30.
I didn't even know how old he'd be. Thank you for that, Renee.
Because he and Michael are the same age. I want to challenge 30 signups a day. Let's get 30 kids a day signed up.
I love that, Renee. And I'm so excited for you. If you guys didn't know, Renee's son got married. He's having a baby on the way. And it makes me so happy and kind of sad at the same time because Jamal would always talk about, I'm going to have 5 kids, Mom. We're going to have 5 kids. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, that's a lot. But anyway, what were you saying, Renee?
And that's why we carry on his spirit, and you will be a part of our extended family.
Yes, yes. And I have to give an extra, 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 did I say extra big shout out to my team, to my tribe that supported me for this event. We had our team meeting yesterday. I've got to make sure I get everyone, Renee. I want to start off Kim Garrett. She's my good, great girlfriend from high school, my ride or die. She jumped on board because Lord knows I needed someone like that. She's doing all our admin stuff. Latifa, Queenie, I have to give her the biggest shout out because if it wasn't for her, this event would not be as big as it is. She was one of my models back in the day when I had my program. Natasha, her ride or die, and then Summer, the two of them. Natasha, awesome. Also, John, who's going to be doing our gaming trucks. I also have to give a big shout out to Auntie Net and my mom. They're going to be doing the welcome committee. Also, Damaris, another beautiful human that I met, that's going to be doing the breakout rooms for the kids. A woman that I met on Clubhouse, Dr. Bridget. She's going to be working our activities. Those are the people that, oh, also a new person we have, Sabra. She's going to be helping us out with the graphics. I cannot forget my girl, Carla. This is our foundation, right? Did I miss anyone, Renee? That was at the meeting yesterday?
Was Najee there?
Oh my gosh, how in the world could I forget Naja? Naja, she's our Rawway queen. She's like, I'm a queen. She is the queen of Rawway. Like, she's getting everything hooked. That's our foundation. Now, you hear that's our volunteers that are pulling through, right? At this event, we're going to have between 300 to 500 people. We're having a bouncy house. We're having a bouncy house. I want a bouncy house. I also have to thank the mayor. I have to thank the town of Rawway for supporting this event. So September 22nd, sign up right there. It's a free event. If I didn't tell you, we're going to have food trucks, vendors. We still need more vendors. We actually just started with the vendors. So all sorts of vendors if you want to pop on through. And this Saturday, I'm having an event. Like I told you, Elevate Your Business. Make sure you sign up. Let's get out of here, Renee. It's a great day. It's a great day that the Lord has made. Peace. And a bottle of hair grease. Bye, everybody. See ya, see ya, see ya, see ya.